It's day 30 and my feet are freezing, absolutely freezing. I need some new shoes, I need some new boots. And that reminds me of a story I heard. I heard a story about an elf who had the prettiest shoes. Shall I tell that story today? Okay. Laurence the elf always had the prettiest shoes. For those in the North Pole, this was not new news, because 90% of her time, that is all you saw, as she was under Santa's sleigh with her back to the floor, tinkering and tapping all day long, making sure on the big night nothing went wrong, spending her days making little modifications, like turbo boosters and hot cocoa stations. Santa knew when it came to the big night, there was no chance that his sleigh would not take flight. That was until one Christmas Eve, when something happened, when he was trying to leave. The reindeer were ready and itching to go when Santa snapped the reins with a big ho ho ho, but Laurence's sleigh had another idea. It was stuck to the ground. It was staying right here. Quick as a flash, she was under the sleigh. There was no way it was going to ruin Christmas Day. With millions of toys now filling Santa's sack, Laurence the elf was going to have Santa's back. The reindeer was strong, covered in fairy dust too, but even they needed a little help to get through. Santa's sack was getting heavier. It was a lot for them to lift. So Laurence had a plan to give them a little special Christmas gift. She had installed a cloud machine under the sleigh to lift the extra weight to get the reindeer underway. But something happened, despite all her tests, and she knew where the responsibility rests. Her crew of mechanics all looked on as she tapped. The reindeer waited patiently, ready and strapped. With no doubt she would fix it, they all stood prepared, ready to pull hard as soon as the sleigh was repaired. There was a puff of smoke and a cloud started to appear under the bottom of the sleigh, and then came a loud cheer. All the elves in the North Pole had been watching and waiting. Knowing Laurence had fixed it, they were now celebrating. Santa's sleigh lifted and the reindeer were ready. The cloud machine was working, keeping Santa's sleigh steady. Santa smiled at Laurence and asked her to come as a reward for all the hard work she'd done. Laurence the elf delivered the toys that night, on hand to make sure the sleigh stayed in flight. But there were no worries. Her cloud machine didn't fail. Never any doubt that Laurence the elf would prevail. We all need somebody in our life like Laurence, somebody who we can rely on, no matter what happens, even if Christmas is going to be cancelled. We know we have somebody. So if you want to be like somebody, be like Laurence.